Breaking now. The Lakers have opened a live file on Trey Jamison 3, and the clock on a front court move just started ticking. Calls were logged late last night. A private workout slot is being negotiated for this week in El Segundo, and the staff has already mapped out 2 contract pathways if he checks the boxes. A camp deal with Exhibit 10 conversion triggers, or a two-way that keeps him in the building from day one. This isn't background noise on a quiet September. This is a targeted push to solve a very specific problem before it snowballs. Reliable size behind Anthony Davis for 12 honest minutes. A legal screen that frees Luka Doncic's runway. And a rim deterrent who doesn't need touches to matter. If the meeting happens on the timeline I'm hearing, the decision window is days, not weeks. And one depth bid currently penciled into the 15 could find himself competing for his job by the end of preseason. Here's what we're doing today. Fast and clean. Why the Lakers are sniffing Jamison now and not in January. How his profile fits exactly what Darvin Ham's staff and the new player development group want around Luka and AD. What a real contract looks like in cap squeeze reality. The rotations and matchups where he actually plays in games that count. The risks, hands, fouls, free throws, and the counters the staff believes can mitigate them. And finally, what's fact and what's speculation, so you know what to believe tonight and what to park until a pen hits paper. One clause in this story explains the entire move. If the Lakers can buy 10 clean, low mistake minutes at the 5 without burning a D's legs in back-to-backs. Their offense and their health curves both bend up. Welcome to Lakers News Fan Report. This is where we watch the tape, feel the pulse, and talk like the game tips in an hour. Smash subscribe, hit the like, and drop your thoughts below. Your comments are the war room. This channel cooks because you do. The identity check comes first. The Lakers' half-court offense is increasingly built around Luka's manipulation and AD's two-way gravity. When it hums, it looks simple. A high screen that actually lands. A short roll that collapses help. A lob window the defense can't close without giving up a corner 3. When it sputters, it's because the screen doesn't dent the point of attack defender. The big can't hold 2 for a beat, and the glass becomes a one and done. AD can do all of that. Asking him to do it for 38 minutes nightly is where seasons die in March. Front offices that survive may know the dirty secret. Your 10th and 11th men decide whether your stars look fresh in April. That's the hole Jamison's name appears to be targeting. Now the news as it sits. The Lakers have initiated interest and are lining up a controlled look at Jamison's movement, conditioning, and screen craft against staff defenders. The exploratory call included medical access and a scenario tree what a two-way would look like, what a non-guaranteed with Exhibit 10 conversion would look like, and how the G League shuttle would be structured so he's not learning your terminology on the fly in January. This is not a handshake. It's also not a press release tomorrow. It's the middle ground where serious teams live. You know the row. You test the fit. You keep the powder dry if it's not there. That's where this stands. So why Jamison specifically? Because the tape screams 3 NBA translating traits that the Lakers need from a reserve 5. He screens like a grown man doorframe. He rebounds his area without drifting, and he plays vertical at the rim without hunting blocks he can't get. He's not going to run dribble handoff offense like a bonus hub, and he won't pick and pop to 18. What he will do on command is arrive on time, hit the guards man with square hips, rescreen if needed, and then dive hard enough to pull the weak side low man into a tough choice. If he draws that tag, Luka has the one-beat skip pass wired. If he doesn't, it's a lob or a pocket catch with 2 feet in the paint. That's not highlight stuff. That's playoff math. Defensively, he is a drop-first 5 who understands depth not so deep the floater is a practice shot, not so high that he gives up the pocket lob. He keeps chest contact on the roll, contests with high hands, and boxes out before he ball watches. Switches? Limited. And the staff knows it. You don't chase what he isn't. You deploy what he is. You run drop with a top-lock perimeter defender. You bring the nail early. You live with contested 2s, and you end possessions. On a second unit that has to survive 6 minutes while D and Luka sit, That's oxygen. Let's put that into the Lakers' actual rotation. Opening month, the bench five looks like Luka sits with 3 shooters and a connector. AD sits with a downhill guard and size that cleans. Jamison in that second group simplifies life. The second unit ball handler gets the screen angle he needs. The corners stay honest, and the weak side wing can crash without leaving the rim naked. Against jumbo lineups, Nuggets, Wolves, he eats the sacrificial minutes that wear on a D's hips. Against switch-everything opponents, Warriors, Thunder, he's a spot option when you want to punish a small 5 on the glass without changing the entire scheme. In back-to-backs, he's the guy who starts the second quarter, commits 2 hard fouls that set a tone, and lets a D finish the half with legs left. Contract reality is not sexy, but it matters. The Lakers can do this 3 ways: a straight 2-way, flexible, cheap, limited active nights, a camp deal with Exhibit 10 that becomes a G, league pipeline with conversion potential, control, and development baked in, or a partial guarantee on the 15-man that ripples through the tax and the last cut. The 2-way is the obvious start. You keep him learning the system daily. You spot activate when the matchup or injuries demand it. And you buy time to see if the fit is as clean in purple and gold as it is on film. The Exhibit 10 is the hedge if another big flash is in camp. You keep his rights in the program without clogging the 15. A guaranteed spot? Only if he blows the doors off in workouts and preseason. The point, here's a low-risk path to find out, and the Lakers are exploring it. Let's be honest about the warts, because the coaching staff certainly is. Hands. Not stone, but not velvet. He needs Luka-level delivery to be at his best. Fouls. Physical screeners draw whistles early in the year. Footwork tweaks and rest reports decide whether that's a problem or a phase. Free throws. Sub 70% is a timeout magnet in tight games. You counter it with routine reps and a short leash late. Mobility in space. He's playable in drop and at the level for a beat. You do not ask him to switch a guard and dance. You hide limitations with scheme discipline and personnel pairings, not hope. There's a locker room angle here that matters more than people admit. Role players survive in LA when they embrace 2 truths. Stars eat first, and the dirty jobs keep you on the floor. By all accounts, Jamison's reputation is worker clean. Coaches don't want to teach a 25-year-old how to sprint the lane line after a contest. They want to teach in the name of their blue coverage and trust he'll be in the right place. The Lakers group is top-heavy and veteran. PLUG and Play pros are the only ones who last. You're asking, why not just use the in-house bodies? Because bodies aren't profiles. Some internal options are pop bigs who don't bang. Some are undersized and rely on switch equity. Others are developmental and won't track the ball at NBA speed yet. The Lakers are trying to win Tuesday in Dallas and Saturday in Denver, and still have something left for April. A small, hard-edge move like this is how smart teams bridge the middle months. Let's stage the what-ifs, because that's the job. If the workout goes well and the medicals are clean, the most likely outcome is a 2-way with a clearly written plan, 12 to 15 NBA nights before the break. Matchup-driven activation, heavy South Bay minutes for touch and timing, and a measuring stick in March to see if he can be the playoff 10th man in specific series. If it's only fine, Exhibit 10 and stash. If it's not there, you pivot to the next name in a market that always has a 6 to 10 screen and rebounder looking for a lane. The team is not betting the season on this. They're betting a problem gets smaller. What does this do to Luka and a D's usage? It lets the staff keep Luka's rim pressure without forcing a D to be the only vertical threat every minute he plays. It unlocks a little more AD at the 4 and second unit mashups without sacrificing size. It reduces the possessions where the guard gets crushed by a soft screen and the entire set dies. It's geometry, not glamour, because you come here for the film. A few actions the Lakers would spam the moment Jamison is in uniform. Spain pick and roll with Luka handling, AD as the back screener, and Jamison as the primary roller. Empty corner side pick and roll where the low man has to tag from the nail, and Luka hits the slot spray. 77, ram action that lands with a wedge screen into a quick roll, forcing the coverage to choose between a foul and a dunk. On defense, drop with late peel switch when the guard loses contact, early nail help from the weak side wing, and the old-school hit-find box-out rule to kill second chances. Simple, repeatable, bankable. Now the honesty break you deserve. What's fact and what's speculation? Fact, the Lakers have explored the big man market for a low-cost, high-discipline reserve 5 who can eat minutes without breaking sets. Fact, Jamison fits the checklist so neatly that a private look makes basketball sense. Speculation, any claim that a deal is done, that the Lakers have promised a guaranteed 15-man spot, or that a trade is attached to his signing. The team is protecting flexibility. Believe interest. Park outcomes until you see pen to paper. My opinion? Do it on a structure that keeps the risk near zero and the control in the building. A two-way with a clear usage plan costs you nothing. And the upside is bigger than fans think because it touches everything. Luka's comfort adds health, defensive rebounding, screen quality, practice intensity. If he hits, you solved a spring problem in the fall. If he doesn't, you lost a waiver claim's worth of money and a few reps. That's how contenders operate. Your turn, Lakers family. If you're in Rob Pelinka's chair tonight, which path are you signing? Two-way with a March decision point or partial guarantee with an early January trigger? And rotation-wise, how are you scripting the non-AD minutes in back-to-backs? Luka plus shooters with Jamison as the hammer or small and switchy until April? Drop your blueprint and your closing 5 for a playoff road game 3. This channel is a huddle. Bring your clipboard.